without too much danger, because the Oogie, Aluna, and a Curse don't actually provide that much threat to kill him.
It's not that good. Strange to say, it's not that good of a tri lane.
Yeah, you could
It doesn't
consider to
feel
go
like-
dual mid with the Curse plus Doctor or something.
Yeah, and the thing you said about Doctor mid, like if he survives to level 6, he's gonna kill the Thunderbringer again. So it's
Yeah,
really good, more
I
or
think
less.
he does need +1 probably, but you can
Yeah, yeah.
you can pre-shield
Still.
him if you want some extra damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
it's
yeah, the reason why the Nephora picked up so often, by the way, is because at least as far as I believe, is that the Volta pod, the Q, the heal pod is just insanely strong level 1.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it actually does 160 damage and 160 healing. So
Yeah.
if you can trilaning against an Amphora is just so difficult, because whenever they go in, they just put up the heal pot. You cannot respond to that, because if you walk into the heal pot, you just take so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
And if you walk out of the heal pots, like you're forced to back, and you're not actually able to do any counter harass / damage / whatever. So I usually when I see Nephoras, I really like it if they just don't really level that much of their E and just skill heavy into the Q and the W just for some extra burst damage.
And she doesn't really have many in her lane that needs that much mana anyway. Like, of course, the Behe needs some, but you know, it's not gonna spam spells.
What boots did Imberboy go last couple of games that he played Valkyrie?
That is a very good question that I am not able to answer. I
Because
don't remember. I
recently actually like going mana boots on the Valkyrie. It just helps you so much with spamming spells, and they're going actually middle.
All middle?
Sorry, top lane. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, actually, well, no, yeah, they already got a stun combo off, but nothing more than that. But it's like, speaking of tri-lanes, Behe, Nymphora, Valkyrie. Now that's a strong tri-lane right there.
Yeah, it is definitely a strong tri-lane, but I think Hellborn definitely doesn't need to 3-man stun.
It's a nice Fisher on 3 people. Not gonna make anything happen with it, but it's a good Fisher. Bottom lane, we're gonna have Tundra versus Lodestone, and these are 2 of Zane's like most played heroes. Pretty sure he knows exactly how he wants to play this lane. But then again, Asaf also plays a buttload of Lodestone. I don't know if he plays that much Tundra though.
Funny thing is here with Asaf, he actually leveled his E level 1. Meaning that he currently has like 50% damage taken every hit. Basically, you get that instead of a buckler. And in a 1v1 situation, where you don't really want to be using your Q or your W too much in the early game, I think it's definitely correct. Oh, they might actually they might catch a curse there.
Oh, top lane, yeah, they're gonna go on the accursed. Full combo of stuns here. That's gonna bring him down. That's gonna be the first blood for the Legion team.
Yeah, it's not much use if the accursed is the one getting targeted, then he can't save that from the arrow.
That's a very, very good point. That's how you counter accursed. You just kill him.
Yeah, he was out of position. It was like to the right, which he should have never really been. He should be the one that's basically just standing straight behind.
Yeah. He's basically a poor man's Andromeda.
Yeah, but the difference here is that the Legion side can punish the Hellborn side if the Hellborn side is out of position, but not the other way around.
Yep, that's also true. Yeah, the Hellborn has to be much more careful.
Cautious, yeah, of their position.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They have much less to go on.
And just in general, positioning is gonna be an issue in this lane, because Valkyrie, Nymphora, and Behemoth all do AoE stuns and stuff.
There we go, top. They're gonna get all their stuns up there. Curse gonna show off his shield right there, and it's the Nymphora that's taking a lot of damage. Voltage Ball hits him a lot, but...
He used Q on the wrong... Curse used Q on the wrong target.
Yeah. They popped it on the Valkyrie,
I think. No, on the creep.
The creep! Oh no!
I think he used on the creep there.
Oops.
I don't even think he got lasted from it.
Oh no.
Oh, it's bottom lane. That might be a dead Tundra.
This might be a dead. Yes, the head smash is gonna finish off the Tundra right there. And
And top lane again.
The top
Oogie
lane
getting
again, they're
initiative
gonna have a
on.
party. Ori gets it, volatile pot, followed by... Oh, power throw from Aluna though, dropping the Valkyrie pretty low. She's gonna turn around. And now it's the Hellborn chasing the Legion right here.
It might be a
And
kill on Behemoth.
Behemoth's pretty far up. Does he have a Fissure ready soon? Yes, he does. And that's a turn stun. And a Curse will be the one to fall after much back and forth right here. Arrow connects. And that's 2 kills.
Very well
For
played by
this
Tundra.
Fizzy.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
by the Behemoth there. Actually surviving and then not just getting a 2-man stun there, but also the 2-man stun blocking off both the Luna and the Cursed, making sure that they can't actually get back to the safety of the tower. So, well played. And also, what I really liked about that the Behemoth did there is he kept a Lunar Tear in his inventory. I think that's called the Lunar Tear, the mana thing. Yeah, Lunar Tear. Meaning that if he ever went low mana, he could just pop that in case of an emergency where it's necessary and just have that burst mana, because the Behemoth, of course, doesn't really provide much else beside his...
Q.
Yeah, his Q.
That's all it does. But I mean, it's very efficient as well, so...
Yeah, it is a lot of damage. And it's a very big positioning tool, like an empath wall or something like that.
Yeah, the fact that you can like block people off is pretty baller, especially against 2 melee heroes like Oogie and Accursed.
Yeah, and especially in these like kind of more prolonged fights.
Yeah.
Because the fights last a lot longer because they have the Accursed, right? The Accursed just puts a lot more healing into the game or into that lane.
Mid lane?
I think not level 6.
No, he's not dead. No, he's not. It's not dead. But that was a lot of damage. He went for a dive, I think, and now he has ulti on TB. That might provide for a kill top. Yep, here we go. They're gonna go onto the Oogie right there, followed up by all of the stuns, but Accursed removes them, and it's the Valkyrie that dies.
That is really good for the Hellborn team there.
Yeah, it's not what Legion wanted to happen right
It's
there.
also a kill for Snooki on the Oogie there. Like if the Oogie can get his mana boots here, suddenly it's a different situation because then the Aluna and the Curse can just start spamming the spells. And what's this? The Oogie can just keep providing them with mana.
Yep.
I mean, they do have Nymphora to you. Oh, they're going again top.
Going again, followed up by all the stuns, but the Cursed is there. The Thunderbringer helps out with the ulti, but it's not gonna drop him far enough.
I don't think the Nymphora had mana for the heal there, did she?
No. She did
I'd like to get a Chalice on the Nymphora, because I guess she doesn't have the tools for it right now. Boots are always more important in these kind of situations, but if you can get something like a Chalice, then you can just pop the Q, stand inside of it, pop the Chalice, and basically have like infinite mana.
Absolutely.
We also see Lodestone setting up something middle here.
Ooh, that will be a good kill if they can get onto this Thunderbringer. I mean, he can just pop his ulti and jump in.
Yeah, but he doesn't see the Thunderbringer here, and the Thunderbringer actually gonna spot out the Lodestone here. Fall actually got himself a ward on his side of the tower.
He barely saw him.
I think I think he should have seen him there, but maybe he wasn't sure that it was actually the real one. So that could have been the issue.
He's gonna go in on his own here. That's a decent amount of damage on this Thunderbringer. One more hit. There we go.
He's gonna live, yeah.
Simple as that.
I don't know who that was porting in.
Probably Behe or Nymphora.
Yeah, I'm not sure who can actually save him there. I think the only one possible to save him is the Tundra maybe, but the Tundra has his TP up. Oh, there might be the Tundra here.
Yeah, he's going in bottom. He pops nothing, but there's the Valkyrie coming in to help him with the arrow. Gonna miss, but the Lodestone is already blocked by the creeps. Gonna choose the TP out, and there's no stuns. And out he goes. He pops his ulti as well, though, so now he has no ulti.
The ultimate just gives a lot of defensives there, because you basically take reduced damage up until the ultimate pops. So, good choice from him to just, you know... Yeah, no, to just like sacrifice the ultimate to survive, basically, yeah.
Absolutely.
The ultimate from Lodestone is really low cooldown level 1. It's like 90 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 90.
Yeah, it's already down to 60. It's not that big of a deal. And there's the mana boots finished on the Oogie that you spoke of.
But the lane is kind of already sacrificed here, because the Valkyrie went bottom.
Yep.
To basically like help to counter kill there. And at the moment, the Doctor is just taking stacks in the jungle. Although, Behemoth might actually find him here.
Look at that. Yeah.
They don't have the bird, they're just running him blind. Oh, that is...
He has no mana.
Yeah, that's
Very dead doctor. I didn't even say anything. I was like, yeah, he's just dead.
yeah. Not much you can do there. He was farming the jungle, and I guess because he wasn't showing middle, they should have known that he was farming jungle.
Yeah.
But they actually did not even send the bird ahead before they.
I think it was just pure game sense right there. Like he's
Yeah,
not
but
middle, he's
at that
farming.
moment, you don't see anyone top, right? Do you need to have both the Aluna and the Accursed sitting behind the Oogie there?
No, I believe not. Oh, speaking of top, they're gonna go on the Tundra right here. But they don't have any stuns. He's gonna get blocked though. Cold Shoulders try to get away. He's running in. Can he... Oh, dodging a Q spell right there. He's just trying to create time, and he does! Gets the Valkyrie ulti to help him out, and now he's...
4 people here.
There's 4 people here from the Legion team. They want to get a kill on the Zoogie, and that would be nice. They can get it too. There's the Fisher into the arrow. A curse removes it and heals him up, but the Thunderbringer will end it. And the Valkyrie is not done. She wants the curse too, and she's gonna get him.
That is DD Valkyrie. That does hurt ya. And the Oogie really not... Ooh, yeah, the Oogie really just not that powerful in the early game up until he gets like his items off. I'm curious to see if the Oogie will go for the Sackstone. 10% extra healing is always nice. And I'm also curious to see if the Legion side will choose to go for a Dreamcatcher. I don't know if you're familiar with Adam.
Not
but the Dreamcatcher... No, the Dreamcatcher basically reduced like healing by 70, or healing received by 75%.
Yep. Yep.
They can remove it with the Accursed, of course, but it is quite a hard counter.
Yeah, it's pretty good indeed. And Ugi's not, as you said, he's not that strong early, but I mean he's a carry after all. That's what they do. They build up, and he can become quite powerful when he gets his items. But I think, as you said, I think the Sackstone is what he's going for. That's just...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen him picked up. Like, a Sackstone is something that you can decently pick up in Oogie, but it's also very valuable to just go for something like straight Sheepstick. Because if I look at the Hellborn side especially, they really don't have much lockdown. So if you can just go like Mana Boots into PK Sheepstick, something like that, suddenly these pickoffs that you can normally not get are suddenly become like available.
It's very true.
Because like you see the Valkyrie here, like Valkyrie's gonna be doing this a lot, just split pushing lanes.
Yeah.
Behemoth is not gonna be able to play aggressive until he gets his PK, which is still quite a bit away.
Top lane, Doctor is here in a smoke. The Veiled Rot is what it's called. He's gonna jump in right onto the Valkyrie. She tries to leap, but it's not gonna be enough heal coming out. And they're gonna disengage as 3 people TP into this top lane to help out. But there's not gonna be... Hang on a second.
Interestingly enough, we see no one on the Hellborn side carrying Dust right now. So... Oh, they're going top actually. The Oogie getting initiated upon.
There we go. Follow up the Thunder ulti, and down goes the Oogie. But Doctor is ready to jump back in. Nice B ult stops the initiation from this Doctor, and they're gonna try to finish him up here. Valkyrie jumps in, not gonna get him all the way down, unfortunately. Oh.
Yeah, that was just too much damage done by the Legion side. The Behemoth Q ultimates, Tundra stun, Tundra Q. It's just so much damage if it all like stacks up together. And this might be that. This might be that Doctor here. Oh, he missed!
Oh, he misses the stun. Yeah, here comes a curse. This Thunderinger is very ballsy right there. He has backup. He's gonna whiff the stun on the Infora, and that's gonna be
Duder not having the red snipe there. I think if Duder had the red snipe, he could have easily gone there. And also just chilling in the bottom tower, probably getting his PK.
He got his PK right now. He just bought it. So that's gonna be a little bit of a power.
Yeah, Lodestone with a PK suddenly becomes like a different hero because he is just so dangerous all of a sudden. Because anything he does at that point, if he hits the ultimate, just becomes true damage. And I think his total like output at level 11, which he has right now, is about 1.1 or 1.2k true damage.
Yeah, he just drops people.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone on the Legion side can actually survive that.
Nope.
Maybe Valkyrie, no, actually she can't. She's going for a little bit more greedy build, I think. I think this is going to be probably a Thunderclaw here. I'd still prefer to see something like a mana item on the Valkyrie, because you can just... Your Q is quite efficient for farming, and that's quite a low cooldown with only 12 seconds. And it's quite a huge AoE damage. Okay, we see the Lodestone actually going middle, trying to set something up. The Behemoth is sitting behind the Thunderbringer, but...
There comes the
But
Lodestone
enough is
jumping
enough.
right in. There's the stun from Behemoth blocking him off, and the power throw though. They're gonna kill the Thunderbringer very quickly right here. As the Valkyrie pops her ulti, and Tundra TP's in to try to help out. Nymphora's in the back there. They saw it with the sentry, with the rev ward right there.
Yeah.
And
I feel like this Hellborn side is allergic to dust. I've not seen a single person in their entire team carry dust against the Valkyrie. Like, they have to be, right? That is the only logical explanation that I can think of.
yeah, why not? Lodestone though, he's not allergic to enemy teams because he's far up here all alone, popping everything onto this Nymphora's barely. He's gonna get away, and they're gonna get a turn kill onto this Lodestone, sitting very far up in here, trying to catch a kill.
Yeah, that's
And
just
meanwhile-
Valkyrie. The Lodestone being a bit too cocky. As I said, like the Tundra ultimate into the arrow is just a very deadly combo.
Yep.
And if you don't have the Accursed there to save you, then there's not much to do there. I think Asaf could have just easily come back to the bottom lane and just kept doing there, kind of stay there, and just be super dangerous. Because whenever the Lodestone isn't showing, you're in danger of suddenly being bursted down if you're like in a lane, right?
Absolutely.
And actually, we see both teams kind of retreating from the lanes right now. We see both the bottom lane and the top lane being completely left untouched. I think I do favor the Legion side in this case, because the Legion side can actually get a lot of information with the birds, while the Hellborn side doesn't really have that kind of information.
Behemoth, you're sitting all alone here, and you're gonna die for it.
Yeah.
5 people was sitting ready on that Hellborn team, ready for whoever wanted to defend.
Doctor
if they wanted
has
to
his
take this
icon
tower.
now.
He has his icon already. Oh,
So
wow.
the charges are gonna start stacking up. I really would like... Oh yes, okay. We see Oogie actually picking up both the Sackstone and the Gnome, so that is really good. I think I would like to see the Oogie just pick up straight Sheepstick and the PK Shrunken right now. And that would like be their catch together with the Doctor.
Sounds good to me. Valkyrie ulti gonna be popped as the mid tower drops. I guess they're gonna try to see if they can find some pickoffs.
Asaf
Valkyrie
might
gonna
be
pick up a
dead
double
here.
damage right here. That's you said. That's gonna hurt. But Lodestone picks it up right in front of their face, and it's just gonna leap away.
No Tundra ultimate. Tundra had ultimate up.
Thunderbringer, you're going very far alone right there, and the Doctor is gonna pick up on a nice heal from Nymphora, gonna keep the Thunderbringer alive, and Behemoth ulti in the background catches both Doctor and a curse, but it doesn't do any damage. And Thunderbringer will fall after all as Doctor pursues. Nice stun from Nymphora, stopping them from following up right here. As Behemoth is running. Nice stun, but it's not gonna do much. Unfortunately, and that's 2 quick kills for Hellborn.
It's the Thunderbringer just frontlining like that is...
Scary.
And well, scary is not the word I was going for. It's an interesting choice, let's just say that.
Yes, it was a...
I don't think the
Yeah.
Thunderbringer is the most ideal hero to frontline with.
No, I believe the same. I believe I would want the Tundra to go in first, if anything, but I guess there might be some miscommunication right there that they were going.
Yeah, the Tundra does have his PK right now.
Yeah.
And Behemoth is actually really far away from his PK still.
He's
But
gonna go towards top with this failed rot on Tundra, but I don't think he kills this Oogie alone. He might need some backup. Do they have Thunderbringer ult? No, they don't.
no, they just used that. And I think he was just interested in maybe pushing that lane. But
He just got his PK. He changed his mind, yeah.
yeah, and as like what I like Asaf here doing, they do actually have a really good ward. I think Nymphora may have actually used their ultimate to maybe get that ward down. But at the bottom lane, I mean. But
Oh, they
the
were pushing-
Lodestone...
They were pushing the lane earlier, yeah, so he got it up then. But still, yeah, it's a really good ward.
So the Lodestone can just kind of chill in this lane, and if they don't see the Lodestone, then it forces the Legion team to play defensive.
Yep.
The Tundra is the exception, because we see the bird in the top lane actually giving really good vision. The bird does not actually reveal field rots anymore. It used to, but not anymore, thank God. So you can still gank the Tundra if you're sneaky enough. But it does just provide a lot of vision. And the behemoth is at this point, honestly, I would like the behemoth to maybe just get the link item. What is it called? Grave Lockets or the other one?
Samos?
Yeah, Orpus Samos, exactly. Because he's not gonna be able to farm,
lane?
and he
Sorry,
does
there's
actually.
a party got him. Party got him. It's a party bottom. They're gonna go for this Valkyrie right here. She's just gonna drop. No contest right there. There's 3 people TP into this bottom lane while Lodestone was setting it up.
Yeah, and that's another charge on the icon for the doctor. So the charges are gonna start stacking up real soon, and that's just
They're
the
gonna
problem
snowball.
or the danger with the doctor, right?
The snowball, yeah.
Yeah, you just can't farm any lanes anymore because whenever you go anywhere, the doctor can just be there quite easily.
Speaking of, there's middle again. This Lodestone in the exact same spot.
Oh
This
my
time
God.
he jumps right onto the behemoth and they drop him down with the doctor jump. And this poor behemoth, he got a Samos now, just like you mentioned, and we saw it. We saw it in the last series too, that the behemoths, when they were a little bit behind and struggling to get their PKs, they just bought a Samos.
Yeah, it's like, especially in this game where it's not necessarily when you're super far behind, but when there's just like zero space on the entire map, you can't really. He also doesn't have a chalice still, so you can't really just start farming small camps because you know you just don't do that very efficiently.
No.
And you can't farm lanes because whenever you go into a lane, as we saw like in the middle lane a couple of minutes ago, you're just food for the doctor, giving him stacks. So the behemoth is just sadly, and this is one of the worst possible ways to play behemoth. It's very sad when you have to do this, but you just have to basically sit in base and wait until you win some team fights and get your PK that way.
Yeah. And while Hellborn has this aggression in the mid lane, Tundra decides to take the top tower, getting some money for said behemoth.
Yeah, just like 10 more of those towers and he'll have it. Thunderbringer actually being very aggressive here, this is surprising. Thunderbringer not really a hero that can easily set up stuff. So, okay, we see the Hellborn team going Kong.
Yep.
Makes sense. Actually,
they're ahead, why not?
Their jungle is a little bit stacked, so they could take that. The Hellborn team does actually have good vision in the Legion team, or in the Legion's team jungle. Meaning that
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they know that like the Legion team is basically all top sitting behind the Tundra there because of that vision there. Except for the Thunderbringer, of course, he's pushing bottom lane, but it gives a lot of vision because you know when they were not farming the jungle, you're usually sitting behind someone. And since the Thunderbringer is playing so passive bottom lane, well, they're not going to be sitting behind the Thunderbringer. Meaning that they have to be sitting top. I mean, it just gives so much information. And they decide to do Kong with that, which is a good choice, of course. Especially because Doctor and Oogie both actually benefit so much from the stats, as they both actually do pick up the stats, which I do like. As Doctor just needs a lot of mana and a lot of HP. And actually, I just noticed... Oh, they're going middle.
Yes, they are. They're gonna get a lot of damage onto this Doctor. Can they drop him, though? Yes, they can! And that's a very high value kill for this Legion team.
Yep, Doctor actually, I think that was 5-man ultimates basically. Yeah, actually 5-man ultimates. Even
they
the Thunderbringer.
Everything, but I don't think they care.
No, that's definitely a kill they want. I was gonna comment on the Shaman's headdress pickup on the Doctor, which is peculiar, but it does make sense since the Thunderbringer might get spell shards, right? But the Valkyrie has a lot of magic damage, will not get spell shards. Behemoth is nowhere near getting spell shards, and Tundra will likely never get spell shards either. Meaning that a lot of the magic damage that comes from the Legion team can actually be negated here. By... Yeah. The question that you gotta ask is it gonna be more valuable than something like a Nullstone or even a Sackstone? And... You could argue either way, I think. But now I think it does make sense here.
Oogie got a new fancy item that I genuinely haven't seen before. Armor of the Mad Mage.
Yeah, it's basically just...
It removes debuffs. That's... I mean, if someone gets a Dreamcatcher, I guess that's the idea.
Yeah, that's definitely viable for that, but also it just is a lot of armor on demand, and
Yeah, I see.
it's
And a lot of
basically
intelligence.
you can kind of see it like a frostfield plate, but a little bit more offensive because it gives
Mhm.
an aura of -3 magic armor,
Mhm.
and you could argue, well, they have the lodestone, you don't need that, but it also helps with farming. It also helps with just
Stats. It's good
stats
stats.
killing people. True.
Yeah. Oh, bottom. They're gonna find this Valkyrie right here. He's completely alone, but he's invis. Oh, they popped there. Ooh, but here comes the rest of the Legion team. And this Uki and this Aluna is sitting. There comes the Thunderbringer ult. Now they see where they are. Can they get something done here? As Uki goes in the background onto this Thunderbringer, while in the front they're going onto this Doctor who gets stun locked a little bit, but not a lot. And now it's Pihi. Nice ulti from him, stopping them in their movement right there. TB is dead from the back. Lodestone is dead, and now Behemoth very low. There's two fights happening at once here, and I cannot see
Valkyrie
what's happening. Valkyrie dropping under the tower, and Legion are just forced to get out of this fight.
I'm honestly just amazed how they still don't have any dust on almost any hero. It feels like they're making this a challenge or something.
There was dust on Aluna. She used
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
she used it very early when they were walking behind that tower. She used her dust, but that was it. I would expect like Lodestone or a Curse. At least a Cursed has 2 spots. I would expect him to carry it, but
Yeah, no, but like even especially on the Oogie as well, they were actually struggling with killing the Thunderbringer, even though they saw him because he just chooses to not carry dust. And it's not like he doesn't have the slots for it. He even has hatchets, but I would even really like for the Hellborn team to just get an eye on a Doctor or something, because the previous kill in the mid lane where they jumped on the Doctor with 5 people was also partially because they just were able to just, walk up with 5 people basically, because the Behemoth doesn't have a PK. He's not gonna be able to initiate without having the invis from Valkyrie. But yeah, the Behemoth actually closing in, I say, very carefully on his PK. He's at 1.3k gold right now, needs about 800 more. But after he gets that 800 gold, he's still going to need some mana, because I think a full combo costs around 300 plus mana, plus PK. He's gonna do like a full combo plus 1Q, and then he's just basically entirely out.
200, 300, 330-ish.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. Oh, actually, Asaf might be interested in going here.
Oh,
If
he
the
might
Thunderbringer
be.
uses the W,
There he jumps. He goes right into the Nymphora right there, but there's 3 other people. He used dust. No, that was Nymphora using
Nymphora using dust.
There comes. Oh, the power throw is gonna hit, but they're gonna get out. And
No, Asaf also used dust.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay.
Good job, Asaf. I'm proud of you.
That was the part that surprised me the most. No, but it's Nymphora also used it, I think. But she has a Sand Scepter, I just also realized, which is a really nice item against like Lodestone and Doctor.
Yeah, they especially since the Uki's probably gonna build a sheep as well, and the Valkyrie is likely not close to getting a Shrunken. The Sand Scepter is just really good in that case, but it doesn't really help against the Doctor, because you can lock him down for like 2 seconds.
And you just have to catch him though, but he's closing in to get very tanky, so.
Yeah, and like the problem right now is not not really. Ooh, Asaf missing a stun top.
He does miss the stun, but Doctor is flying right in here onto this Tundra, not allowing him to push any more into this lane, but he did get the top tower. Or did they get that earlier?
I think he pushed that earlier, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I don't remember.
Here it doesn't, like, the Tundra is in some sense kind of countered by the Doctor, because you see the Doctor coming from, well, 2k, 3k range away, and that's nice, but the Doctor doesn't care. He just flies across the entire map, and if there's anyone close to you.
Yeah, he jumps anyway, yeah.
The only thing that the Doctor basically needs to know is there any team support nearby? And with the passive way that the Legion side has been playing, there usually isn't. You can see that like in a game, people tend to kind of stick to their playstyle in a way that, like, we have seen Zane basically split push top the last part of the 10 minutes. And if you then see like Tundra top again, there is a good chance that he's just solo top again. So setting up on him is likely to result in something good. They can actually like set something up with an Nephora port, but then I don't think the Legion is ready or willing to fight such a team fight right now in a bad spot.
No,
So
I don't think so either.
You're
They
pretty
need the
comfortable.
PK on Behe.
Oh, that might be a dead Nephora here.
It might actually be a very dead Nymphora as Lodestone jumps in on her. The power throw is gonna miss,
And that's Doctor.
but the Doctor catches the Nymphora.
Doctor says hello. And Behemoth might be dead here as well in the mid lane. If he doesn't back off real quick, because Doctor, he does not take prisoners. Yeah, he's gonna run into here and Thunderbringer out of position. If he spots this out here...
Oh no.
He should have... Oh, he didn't see him there. Oh, that was lucky from Thunderbringer.
Oh, this is so nerve-wracking when I see this. I'm like, get out, get out, get out.
Yeah, it's like even worse, because in this caster situation, you don't actually know like who can see who. I think there is like a way to do it, but...
You just have to pay attention to the fog and stuff, but...
Yeah.
It's oof. It's big oof sometimes. But Doghouse is playing this pretty nicely. They know they're ahead, so they're pushing. Like they're putting pressure onto this Legion team, and making sure that they stay ahead.
The Behemoth is getting close to his PK now, so...
Very close. They're gonna let him have this lane.
As
He pops his ulti as well. He just wants that PK.
Oh my god. Really?
Yep.
I think he may have needed an ultimate though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he was scared for the Doctor to just fly it, and he was like, I'm just gonna get this and get out.
Yeah, that's fair. But you should communicate with Nephora, and Nephora popped on the heal pot and just like nuke it after.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Behemoth has been struggling in this game to get his PK for 30 minutes, so there might be a little bit of frustration there with the Volca. I would be frustrated if I were him. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And now top lane, we're gonna see.
Yeah, they're just gonna go top lane again. I don't know where the bird is right now. They used the Thunderbringer ultimate for vision, which I do like actually, because well, you're not really trying to gank anyway. And oh, Duder has an eye here. That is a good decision, finally. And even the Luna Duder picking up a Shaman's Headdress for basically the same reason as why the Doctor picked it up, I guess. Because
that's a lot of money on a hard support. I mean, second support. She's second support, but still.
Yeah, but it suddenly means that you don't get bursted down by the Behemoths and by the not Tundra a little bit, by the Valkyrie arrow and whatever anymore. Because there is actually a lot of magic damage on the Legion team. Do they see this? They did arrow the Kong.
Did arrow the Kong, yeah, but I don't know if they probably know because they don't see them anymore.
Question is, can you actually fight it? Answer probably no.
I do like this strategy though from Legion side. They can't fight them head on, so might as well split, right? They're getting this top tower with illusions from Valkyrie, who's safe back in her base. And this Thunder is just filling up here.
Thunderbringer actually getting the Grimoire done. Oogie's smelling blood here. Is he gonna go in? They see the aura on the creeps there.
He has a sheep? Yeah, he does. He has a sheep, as you said.
Yeah, so that's the catch that they need, basically, against like the Valkyrie. But you don't really, in this situation, because the Doctor is actually so farmed, you don't necessarily need that good catch, because you just need to kind of stun someone, even like an Luna stun should be enough. And you're just gonna wreck them, because, you know, Doctor can just fly all the way across the map and hellflower them.
We haven't talked about Valkyrie's items. She has a Geo, no fire, and a Thunderclaw.
And notably, no Shrunken and no Mystic Vestments, which I really dislike. I would really like for the Valkyrie to just sell the loggers and just get Mystic Vestments here, because just as much as the entire Legion side is magic damage, the entire Hellborn side is also magic damage, and the Valkyrie might actually run in... No, she's gonna be fine here. The Luna gave the eye to the Lodestone, just as the Lodestone is gonna be more of a frontliner.
That makes sense. He is saving up 3.5k gold.
I think that's gonna be Sheepstick as well, if most likely. Actually, if I were Luna here, I would definitely try to get an Arcane Bomb. It's because getting an Arcane Bomb on a Luna allows you to use your power throw and then pop the Arcane Bomb on top of the creep wave, and that basically kills the entire creep wave. Well, if you get anything else, it's really hard to nuke a wave as a Luna, because well, you don't do that much damage.
They're gonna
if-
get token here if they're fast
If the
enough.
Doctor chooses to use Q here, he might be dead. If they see this. If the Thunderbringer is actually farming so greedy. Behemoth in position, this might be big actually. Behemoth is ready with an ultimate here. The only question is if...
Do they see them? Yeah, they do see
No,
them.
no, he's smoked. This might be big. Oh, he got it!
He got it. He actually got it. I didn't even say anything. I was just curious to see how this went, and that was a huge jump.
And Doctor dies as well. And they get the top racks.
Wow, that was fantastic coordination by the Legion team as they're gonna go in top from Hellborn door. They're gonna catch this Valkyrie and
they're
bring
going for the
her
racks.
all the way down.
He's going for the racks, and he's gonna get it.
He's still gonna get the racks. And even though they lost 4 people, didn't they bring out a...
They used
buybacks?
2 buybacks. Wait,
2 buybacks.
Asa bought back as well. That was before that point. No, that was during that fight actually. Asa bought back as well. And they get a Rex there. That was really well played from the Behemoth there. Patiently getting both the accursed kill and the Congo there. Doctor being really low. He jumped right into the Thunderbringer there, being able to nuke him down. The only thing that I'm not sure is how did they know? Did they have the Tundra bird there?
No, that's why I asked. Do they see them? They had a ward on the next to the tier 2 ward for Hellborn. There's like a nipple ward. They had a ward there.
That should see it then, yeah. I think that should see it.
I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
Yeah, but at that point, I think you need to have the accursed, like not hit Kongor, but just kind of, run around and scout for smokes, because...
I guess they weren't expecting it, because they saw Valkyrie and Tundra pushing top, so they thought BE would be top. I don't know, maybe they thought that they would sit behind them top.
Yeah, but the accursed just, like hitting Kongor with his 100 base damage is not gonna be as valuable as him just basically being a living ward and a living smoke breaker.
Yeah, I was about to say he could have stood further up towards the river and just broke the smoke. That would have been a better position.
And also curious why they didn't spot the ward if they had the eye, because, well, assuming they did Kongor or they're ready to do Kongor there, they should have been able to just
Maybe they didn't check up on that hill because it was the furthest in, so they maybe just checked the outer ones.
Yeah, but if that's a good argument if you just have rev wards, but if you have the eye, especially with the Luna, which you should in theory be able to, so that is Legion's way back into this game basically. It was very one-sided up until that point, but now
there's still a big lead on the Hellboard side, but do they have what it like? Now he has ulti again now, so if Hellborn wants to push, they have to be very careful with their positioning this time.
Yep. But you just need to get it like a Doctor Shrunk.
Oh, Snooki just jumps right into the base, gets blocked up immediately. Doctor jumps too, and down goes to Nymphora. He can't even say anything, as this Uki just tears down the Valkyrie, and the Thunderbringer dies as well. Instant bot back from both the TB and the Valkyrie right here, and now they're gonna chip. Now he beats
ultimate.
3 people. That was amazing. He catches up 3 people and kills them all immediately, and now it's the Hellborn that has to run as Valkyrie follows them and also drops down the lodestone. Is just Doctor left.
And the base from Hellborn actually taking a lot of damage here.
Wow, yeah.
The tower might actually almost fall. Unless he's
dead tier 4, yeah.
Fall with double damage and Illusion's not defending the tower there. It's a bit rough. Yeah, that's an interesting way to go in. It's very YOLO. I think there might be some... The way that they play.
Again, now this time... Again,
Doctor
it's gonna be the
Shrunken now,
and Doctor drops him into the Shrunken. Now he catches up the Valkyrie, and B can't even save him. Blinks
that's the power of the Doctor right there. Doctor finally getting a Shrunken up, actually. I don't know if he had it for last team fight, but that is the way to jump there, right? With Doctor just catching people and not diving base. Because I think actually the Oogie was basically like 50% not the K-score. Just from the towers attacking him.
Yeah.
The towers deal basically true damage. They negate like X percentage of armor. So it doesn't matter really how tanky you are, you're still gonna take a lot of damage from those towers. And he healed a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Lodestone used his second buyback. He has no more buybacks.
Oh, yeah, that is actually something. And he's been saving up gold for something. I guess for those 2 buybacks, but...
I guess
Now
now
he
he's
has-
going for a sheep as well. He has the thingy.
Yeah,
Cogwheel.
I would even argue that even a Shrunken would be fine, right? Because more Shrunkens, more better, I would say, on every hero on the Hellborn side, because...
Does
as I
that
said-
work on Lodestone?
Yeah, of course.
No, but he has, when his ulti is popped, he has nothing.
Yeah, no magic armor, but Shrunken works.
Yeah. Oh, jump mid. They're gonna go into the behemoth here. This doctor is just tearing through everyone. Now he goes for the next target. This time is gonna be the Thunderbringer. And down he goes. Did he have dust?
I'm so
think he
proud
had-
of him, Fall. I'm so proud of you carrying dust right there and pressing it.
What a,
Good job, Fall.
what a guy.
The Accursed is not behind him there, so I think he should be playing more carefully. Although with the Thunderbringer dead, that is a big chunk of their damage.
Yeah, and Beaky has no buyback here right now. Not that
Yeah.
Hellborn knows that, but still.
One thing you have to be careful of here, with going late, is Thunderbringer scales like exponentially, because he scales with the opponent's HP. But if he gets like the damage tax from the Conqueror's buff, he will start basically one-shotting the entire enemy team at some point. But it seems like the Hellborn side does not want to make it last that long.
Oh, there he goes. Ugi jumps into the Valkyrie, pops his sheepstick, and then the Doctor just finishes him off quick and
Buyback
easy.
Behemoth.
Oh, he passes again immediately. And
Behemoth.
now, again, Behemoth, is he ready? Can he get a jump off? He gets the stun onto the Ugi. Can they kill him? He's very certain. There's the jump, and another good ulti from this Behemoth. And Ugi is down, so is a curse, but now Tundra is dead. And it's 3 versus 3. The heal coming out from the 4 not gonna keep this Thunderbringer alive, and now 3 people dead. Can the Valkyrie kill him? Yes, he can, and there's no buyback on this load.
Not a buyback
and there's
on-
no buyback on
Oh!
the Ugi either. Oh, here comes the Doctor! Again, going for this 4-4. Nice heal, keeping him alive, and they're gonna break down the Doctor, are they? Yes! There we go, down he goes, and now it's only the poor Aluna left, and she has not much to say against this Legion
And the
team.
base from Hellborn actually taking a lot of damage again.
No. They used the fortification.
Yeah. I don't know, do they have buybacks? I see a buyback on the Accursed and that's it. Oh, and the Doctor actually.
No Doctor, yeah, and
you just-
the Cursed is gonna spawn right now, but the rest of them don't have buybacks.
Isn't there like a booking shop for the Accursed? The Book of Shame right now? Because,
Book of Shame.
yeah, there's a tome, like, what is it called? The
Tome of
Tome of the Elements.
Yeah. Book of Shame.
Yeah, it's called the Book of Shame, because the one that's like the lowest XP basically gets like the most
Yeah.
value from the book.
Yeah.
So,
Have everybody up now in 10 seconds. There comes the Doctor, jumps in all on his own, gets instantly ulted by the Tundra, and Legion is gonna choose to get out of this as Doctor is running out of mana, still chasing this Valkyrie. There's nothing they can do, but the stun from Behemoth keeps him alive, and now Tundra is the one.
the base is falling again.
and their
Oh my
base
god, they
is
just lost their tower. They have to do something about top lane, because otherwise it's actually going to be like impossible for them to push.
Oh, Valkyrie.
Oh, the snipe! Dude!
Sniped from Luna, and he does not have a buyback. No, there's no more buybacks left on him.
They
There's so
should
many
know that
buybacks
there's
in
no
this game.
buyback left.
They should know that. Behemoth has an ulti in 6 seconds. They might be able to let this mid-rax fall.
Buyback on the on the Tundra, but they know that there's no ultimate from Tundra and no puzzle box, so that's actually a lot of the damage from that player gone. Doctor no Shrunken for 20 seconds. Unless they stack up like all 5 for a good Behemoth ultimate. I don't actually see them defending this right now.
No, this Rax I would let go. Let it go.
Both Congress are up as well. And there's 40 more seconds before before the Valkyrie's up.
They have no creeps bottom. They can't
And
push in bottom.
Valkyrie being very close to his Shrunken now if he actually chooses to go for it. Shrunken against Doctor is actually really good, because Doctor right now, when he jumps with his ultimate, he is actually perplexed for, I think 0.7 seconds off the top of my head. Meaning that you cannot actually like use Hellflower right after you jump with your ultimate. So it's actually quite possible to get your Shrunken off if you see a Doctor flying in.
Yep. And I mean, as you said, their team is... Yeah, there we go. There's the Shrunken.
Okay, yeah, that's good pick off. I would still like him to. I would still like for him to pick up Mystic Vestments, as he still doesn't have it, and he still has his Loggers Hatchet. I don't know how much value the Loggers is gonna be giving here at this point. They actually do have a double damage rune in the top lane they could give to the Valkyrie to maybe do something with that. But
They don't see it.
again, there's very little vision from the Hellborn side as they attempt to do Conquer here. There is. You need to be careful for the Nymphora port, but if the Nymphora decides to show bottom right now...
Yeah, they're not gonna go.
That means that they don't have to be scared. I actually would have liked for the Nymphora to maybe not show. Because the Nymphora not showing, where's she gonna port to? Okay, top lane.
They wanna just go for the base. They're gonna sit here and wait for Hellborn to push and then they go
That is a Valk ultimate. They... Don't think they saw that? No, they didn't have any vision there, so they should not have seen that.
There's also the Puzzle Box 3 from Tundra right here.
Yeah, the bird's scouting in the lane, Asaf being very passive, which is good from him. They're gonna have to make Legion commit to this kill if they want to do this, basically. And Oogie jumping very greedy there. He does have the haste.
There's the
for 9 more
Doombringer.
seconds. On who? What?
Doctor
Doctor. Oh my god.
I mean, if he dies, he's dead, so I don't mind.
That is very true. That is like... This is why I like casting with you, for this valuable insight. If he dies, he's dead. Thank you. No, I was wondering like how that worked.
Thank God you have me for this deep input.
Yeah.
No, but like the point is still the same. He's not gonna buy back and do something, so he might as well go all in on his life, and he's gonna go all in onto this Tundra and just drop him. And this Tundra also is also dead because he's dead. And the same will be with this Valkyrie if he doesn't get out. The damage from the Selector is way too much. Doombringer deals so much damage, and now Behemoth in the background, he can't really help.
Behemoth smells blood. Oh, that's the Hellflower.
Doesn't smell anything because he's dead, and so is the rest of the Legion team as Nymphora is trying to push down.
The CC vote is called. Yeah, okay.
There we go. And that's gonna be GG from Team Tim as Doghouse takes first game.